Hi guys, my name is Howard. I am the co-founder of Edred Analytics, and I was in the class of '09 actuarial co-ops.
Hey guys, I'm Howjer. I was in the class of 14 for Business and Information Systems, and I'm a manager at daytoday.
If you're wondering why we're doing this together, it's because one, we're siblings, but two, we're also both in the analytics professions, but we did very different degrees and still ended up in the same industry.
Yeah, so we just kind of want to show you how your degree really ties together with the role, and how sometimes it can actually be quite versatile, especially if you're in co-op.
Interesting. So how did you fall into this career?
For me, to be honest, I got a bit lucky. So when I was doing my actuarial degree, I did a couple of work placements at insurance companies. Couldn't quite find, the passion and the interest for insurance. So for my grad role, I ended up joining a company called Quantium, which at the time was half insurance consulting, half analytics consulting, and then just sort of went into their analytics consulting division, and that was it.
Yeah, and for me, as most of you probably thinking right now, big influence here. I came out of a different degree, but during my time at uni, data was actually quite an upcoming thing, and a lot of data professionals were quite sought after. So I thought that was actually quite a good industry to go in.
Can you tell us a bit about your role?
Yep. So I guess the good thing with analytics, all the way at the basics, is just helping organizations become better with their data. I think one of the things I love about it most is it's so versatile, right? So it doesn't matter what industry, it doesn't matter what sector. It literally covers everything from, helping sporting teams like the NBA and how to manage their offense system better, all the way down to, which product goes on promotion for Woolies next week at your local supermarket. So it's super versatile, but it's just about helping organizations sort of do their job better, serve customers better, with numbers and letters, if you will.
Yeah, my one's a little bit more in one particular area. So JC is an out-of-home media company. So we just own a lot of the billboards, a lot of the kind of big signs you see on the train stations. I basically manage all things data there. So that kind of entails, three of the main ones would be probably making presentations for clients, telling them why they should kind of shop with us. Develop new tools and apps which kind of help with all of our data analytics capabilities, and finally I look after all our data partnerships with the third-party data suppliers. So that can take like mobile data, that could be Westpac's transaction data, etc. So that's kind of just what I do in my role.
So what does a day-to-day look like for you?
I'll probably start with this one. My one's quite simple. I've tried to keep it quite succinct. So pretty much on a day-to-day, a third of my time is spent probably in meetings, generally with stakeholders, with my direct reports or with my managers. Generally, just sorting out what we should be doing. It's more of a planning thing. Another third would probably be doing the work. So for me, it's like coding, creating presentations, and all sorts of other stuff. And then the final part is really kind of just like managing down. So prioritizing work for my analysts, deciding what should be done first, what should be done second. So that's kind of my full day, and it changes from time to time, but generally speaking, it's kind of that split.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same, right? I think to Howard's point, I guess I think of it as in sort of three parts. One is doing the numbers, so whether that's coding it up or just using some functions in Excel. The other part is prettying it up, creating charts, presentations, something easy on the eyes for people to see. And then the third part is delivering your work. So sharing that in the form of, presentations, in the form of a workshop where you present your work. So those are pretty much the three parts.
So what's been your career highlight so far?
You can go first.
So I've kind of, for me, it's probably quite a recent one. So obviously, at the time of this recording, we're a part of quite a unique period. So obviously we have the COVID going around. Pretty recently, we basically partnered with a global data aggregator. So what they do is they sell us mobile data. And at JC we basically pulled that mobile data into a dashboard that basically analyzes how consumer movement has changed since COVID has come. So, which parts have, less people going to, which parts which parts of Australia have actually maintained the same, kind of movement. And we've used the insights that kind of come out of that dashboard to tell our clients which billboards in Sydney, in Adelaide, are actually the least impacted by COVID. So they still have a lot of people driving past them, people going to shopping centers, for example. So that's been really kind of feeling for me. It's the first time I've worked with mobile data, and it's been pretty good. Our clients have come back and said, it's really helpful. So that's probably my highlight.
Cool. Mine's probably easier. It's just sort of being able to run my own business. I think, I'm the type of person who likes to try doing things a, slightly different way to everybody else, sometimes just because. But luckily, I think analytics is one of those professions where you do get to sort of overlay your own style, right? So it's, whether it's how you choose to solve a problem differently or how you present it differently, there's a lot of ways you can add your own sort of personal flavor to it. And so, being able to, I guess, apply my own style, build my own business where clients and employees enjoy working, with that style, if you will. It's just an amazing feeling of, recognition that, your way works.
Cool.
Yeah, you get compliments from clients all the time, right?
Yeah,
They share it on
exactly.
websites,
Right.
so that's pretty cool.
It's nice. It's nice.
So compliments is your highlight.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
So any advice for people going into your respective degrees?
Actuarial is hard. It's really hard. Your mentality from day one needs to be sort of you're in it to win it. The career opportunities are very, very broad for actuarial. I know people who study actuary that have literally gone into every sort of avenue of finance, and these are sort of at the top end of finance. So you've got your investment bankers, you've got hedge funds, you've got traders, private equity. Actuarial really gives you that sort of quant intense background to go into pretty much avenue of finance that you want. So it's very versatile if you're able to make it out the other end. And then in terms of the co-op program, you definitely should apply for the co-op program. It completely changes the, I guess, experience of like actuarial in university. It's not only just sort of the the scholarship money, which is obviously great. It's actually more about, I think, the work placement opportunities you get at actual sort of client companies. It's the support network, it's the alumni network, even once you graduate. So yeah, absolutely apply for the co-op program.
Yeah, business and information is kind of similar. You come out very, very versatile. You can pretty much go into any kind of role. But with business information systems, I think that is, in fact, the same thing that might be the source of a lot of indecision, just because you can go into everything. So, with BIS, there's almost two ways to go about it. Either you come out of uni, immediately find a specialty and go down that path, or you stay really versatile so that you can play, the translator between the business part of a company and the tech department of a company. And pretty much echoing what Howard said, co-op is a really, really good program, and I guess the competition now is probably even greater than when we graduated, and so co-op just immediately puts you miles ahead of all the other grads, just pure and simple because you have so much work experience already. So one of the ways I've kind of worked through a couple of different roles and worked my way up is realistically on the foundation of the 2 years or 1.5 years work experience that you're actually getting from co-op.